We begin our look at the top 6 Admirals of all time with Milwaukee's all-time leading scorer in the American Hockey League, Darren Haydar.
Not being an early round pick and being a smaller guy, it was just I had to work for everything I got in terms of coming into camp, coming into Milwaukee. We had a great team that first year, so it was one of those good situations. And for myself, fortunately, it just happened where I got into the lineup, and then we had a couple injuries, and I could move my way up the order. I think my first game I had a few points and made some good plays, and I think from that point forward it was I was into the lineup, and I knew I was going to be in the lineup, which is a comfort thing. And for myself, being comfortable and knowing that I'm going to be counted on is a big thing for my game. Coming away with the Rookie of the Year in the league was not something I set the start of the year, but just as the year progressed, I knew I was contributing and helping our team win, and we had a great team. Let's face it, we had a lot of great guys who helped each other, and we got along really well.
Darren Haydar was the best player on the best teams in Admirals history. And while his play in the regular season was remarkable, it was performances in the playoffs that distinguished him from everyone else.
Well, when I first got here, he must have been going through a slump, because a few of us were watching him for the first couple of months, and we're going, oh, this guy won the Rookie of the Year? Like, he was really struggling, and then all of a sudden he just took off, and we're going, okay, now we know why this kid is good. This kid knows the game, and he knows where the net is, he knows where other people are, and he had eyes in the back of his head.
When I came here, my first year as a head coach in 2003-04 when we won it, Darren Haydar had been the Rookie of the Year, and I remember coming here and him and I were at odds because he was trying to duplicate his season. He had a really good year, and I was trying to get him to play more responsible, so we were really going at it back and forth through the year, and it took us 3 or 4 months to get on the same wavelength, but he was a key player for us.
It was amazing how he could go out there every night and make a difference. Just, you know, a little guy, but a big guy, big heart. He worked his butt off. Just a lot of fun to be with him.
You know, he's just a pro all the way through. You know, he's just a guy, like I said, he just has that kind of calm confidence about him, and he's just a nice guy. He means well. He treats all his teammates well, and I'm sure the Milwaukee fans aren't the biggest fan of him these days. He's playing in Chicago, but you know, he's doing what he has to do, and he's just at this level, I don't know if there's anyone really better than Darren Haydar that's played in the American League that I've known in my lifetime anyways.
Haydar led the Ads to their only Calder Cup title, leading the league in playoff scoring in 2004, and then guided the team back to the finals 2 years later, again pacing the AHL in postseason scoring.
When you look back on your time, these are your first 4 years of professional hockey. What comes to mind? What stands out to you? How do you reminisce when you do?
I love my time in Milwaukee. I think coming to play in Milwaukee was a great thing. I played for some great coaches. I played with great players. Had an opportunity to win a championship. But there's just so many guys. You remember the guys you win with, and that's one thing that Todd Richards taught me earlier in my career and I think he taught everybody in the room, was you remember the guys you win with. Not many of the guys that you lose with, you remember the years after.
As many of you know, Darren Haydar continues to star in the AHL.